personal matters private. With the sheer amount of evidence recovered from Gavin's flat, it took the authorities many months to build their case against this extremely delusional man. But in the end, Gavin Plum would go on trial in early July 2024 for his crimes against Holly. He was officially charged with 1 count of soliciting murder, 1 count of encouraging or assisting the offence of kidnapping, and 1 count of encouraging or assisting the offence of sexual assault. Holly Willoughby was not present at all court proceedings. However, she waived her right to anonymity to advance the case and have Gavin tried for all 3 of his offences. To add to this, she would also submit a victim impact statement to the court, and, unsurprisingly, this is kept private and not released publicly, with the judge being satisfied that Gavin's impact statement on her was negatively life-changing. And so, with the extensive amount of evidence in his own personal collections surrounding this celebrity, alongside the thousands of messages he had sent to Mark, the undercover police officer, and dozens of other individuals online, it was clear that Gavin had genuine intent on committing his crimes and causing harm to Holly Willoughby. As a result, the jury's decision on his guilt was unanimous, and Gavin Plum was found guilty on all 3 counts against his victim. Following the jury's conclusion, the judge would go on to make this statement. Over a number of years, you pursued an unhealthy sexual obsession with Holly Willoughby that led you ultimately to plan over that period to kidnap, to rape, and to murder her. You intended to harm her husband and her children as part of your plan. You had previously been convicted of terrifying offences involving the threat of sexual violence against 4 different young women. For that, I found you to be dangerous. The jury saw through the various lies that you told at the trial and convicted you of these offences.
Yes, this
Now,
will
impressively,
do very nicely.
Gavin was ultimately
place
given
you've got.
a life
Very,
sentence for his
chic.
crimes, with a minimum of
Nothing like a
16
bourgeois
years
bank
spent
robber to
behind
remind me of
bars
how
before
strange
he
Los
was released
Santos
for
has
parole.
become.
This
In my
is
day.
quite the enormous sentence when you really think about it. But his history of sexual violence, alongside his recent actions, makes his punishment completely justifiable. In the aftermath of this case, and due to its prolific public presence, misogyny and violence against women were brought to the forefront of discussion here. Gavin's first victim, who of course is nicknamed as Maria, put her own opinion in an interview, stating, "Potentially, every man can be a perpetrator, and I understand that so many women think along the same lines. A large man sitting right next to a girl, well, that is potential danger. It is really sad, but that is one of those takeaways from this unfortunate story for me. When I look at men, I very often do that quick judgment. What level of danger are they? As a man, it hurts me to hear statements like this, but it is entirely justifiable for women to protect themselves in this way. It's a terrible thing to realize that many men can simply walk around outside at night without any fear, while women are understandably too scared to do the same." It is actually quite insane how far Gavin was willing to go in order to achieve his depraved and disgusting fantasy. As many of you know, I cover many criminal touring coffeehouse crime. That is basically all I do here. Now, thankfully, Gavin was one of the less capable of all of that. Otherwise, this story would have ended very differently. The scary thing here is that you never quite know what people might be thinking or planning in their minds, all behind the unidirectional window of the human eye. I think I'll end this video by saying that if you do fantasize about going on a coffee date with Nero or even myself, that is totally cool. Just please skip out the murder part. I don't like that. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here today, folks. I know it's slightly different to the usual with no actual murder taking place, so what do you think about that? Did you mind the change in scenery? Speaking of scenery, again, apologies for not being in the coffee house today. I hope you didn't mind.
Can I just let you know that you're live on Facebook?
Okay.
And we're here because you're being online grooming kids online?
No.
Yeah, we've got it all here.
Let's get to know this female here. Sorry, female. Who you've been speaking to? 14 years of age. We've been sending us explicit images and sexual text messages. We've got your chats here. That's your profile there. Then you've been
But was speaking about telling her like. Split that the whole way through. Your text messages to work, so bit like dropping hints that you're sitting alone, watching films, things like that. You went on to send pictures, send boxers.
They got the evidence. I can't deny it. So.
Is that the only kid that you've been speaking to?
Yeah, it's not grooming.
So you've not been speaking to any of it. It's not grooming. You're teaching her how to masturbate herself, and that's not grooming.
And you've sent pictures of yourself. We've also got videos that you've been sending yourself.
Have you been speaking to any other kids?
Not recently. There was one other, but I've not spoken to her in over a week.
That's recent, over a week, just as recent. So it's only been one other kid that you've been speaking to? Right, well, we put you on a couple of other ones.
Is any of these people going round?
I know them, yeah, but they keep going and disappearing. I don't.
So we've got you obviously speaking.
That one I haven't spoken to. That's the one that I was on about that I haven't spoken to in quite some time.
Yeah, what makes it think though it's acceptable to speak? It's the way you are sending pictures, like you said, sending the videos that you sent. Because let's face it, one of the videos you sent was very explicit. One thing we're in the background. I'm going to just watch it and say we're what makes it so you're okay? What do you think?
Well, it's not.
It's not really what?
Acceptable.
No, it's not.
It's not grooming that I intend. It's partly
There's a Felisa franchise on the Western Highway near Toomock. Take us there. Word of warning, we're on the job right now, so don't let the cops notice you. If they come after us, we call it off. So, my taciturn friends, I suppose you want to know how we're doing this.
Because your conversation has been explicit.
We're driving out to the bank, taking a look at it, picking up some equipment, and then heading back to make our plans. Not very complex at all. We're not going in, we're not poking it with a stick. We're just sitting back and taking a look. You see, I like my scores like I like my dates. Across the street and unaware they're being watched. Alright, so why this bank over all the other
you opened up their tablets or phones or devices?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be very disgusted with
You're like a child whose parents think it's clever, or the IRS. Well, this bank's got some safety deposit boxes, and in one of those safety deposit boxes are some bonds being hidden from the tax man that no one's gonna report missing. It's starting to make sense. Security should be light, well, relatively light. Light if you're daydreaming.
We've got you on board speaking to 14.
Quite heavy if your day job is turning over liquor stores and gas stations. And the bonds in the box will be worth more than a few rumpled notes from a till, so a minor escalation is worth it, if you can handle it. Plus, you know, the sea view, nothing like staring at the ocean while you contemplate money and power, incarceration, homicide, you know, all those weighty issues surrounding your first foray into serious armed robbery. I'm assuming you're kind of a cerebral crew because... Look at! Not talking deal, just put something on the spectrum, right? Okay, well, how about we just get there and see where we're at? Calm the fuck down!
sympathy. I've really struggled with slowly do some of them, and then, I don't know, they just...
There it is. Take a look. Drink it in. I've patched into their security feed on my cell. Take a look. What are we looking at? A small joint, not much security. Staff won't give a crap, especially about the deposit boxes. Customers will probably be thinking how to turn this into a screenplay. Boxes are in the back behind the safe door. We want box number 167. Yeah, it's right on the highway with good access. That works for you. You can get out quick, but it will also work for the cops. Speed up their response time. Okay? Okay. Enough of this peeper crap. Let's go to the garment factory.
I mean, that's the only thing you can have.
It's really wrong
Now,
about
when you hit the bank, you're going to need to hack into its security system. I've written a neat little program that'll do most of the work for you, but it's probably a good idea for you to familiarize yourselves with it. You, in the passenger seat, I've sent it to your phone. Now take it for a dry run, keep your hands steady, and maybe the wet run won't be a disaster.
But you just said that you don't feel angry. You said 2 minutes ago you don't feel angry.
No, I'm not about the issue. I never got angry over that for some reason. I think it just was too much and it totally shut me down. Even now, I'm still
You're a really bad driver!
being able to just empathise, help her, things like that. We've broken apart really, but last night was on how she's struggling.
I'm calling Paige. She's my assistant. First she's gonna get us what we need, then she's gonna saw me in half. No? Didn't like that one? You don't make it easy. Hey, passenger seat. Did you get into their network? Good work. She's loading the hardware into the back of a truck. Tools for the job, things for you to wear. On a job, your attire will depend on the role you're performing. As the job gets more complicated, so will uniforms. If you're likely to be seen by civilians, you'll be provided with a couple of masks. Then when you go into the bank, you can choose one that goes with your eyes. And hey, here's the added bonus of none of your favorite comic convention outfits being linked to a major crime. Whoop-de-doo. Where were we? Masks. Paige. Oh yeah, we'll go over there, pick her up, and go back to your place to plan this thing. I can talk you through the planning board later. That might be helped by a visual aid. The rest is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, listen to me, do what I say. Bullets go in here, come out there. And if you're ever hot, keep your mouth shut. I couldn't resist. Paige, it's Lester. The place looked good. Nothing we weren't expecting. Can you get the intel together? Hard copies to go on a notice board. Yeah, plus all the equipment we spoke about. I'll be over to collect it with those people. Yeah. Charming as ever. Okay, see you soon. Before my jeans do! There's Paige. We're leaving this car, taking the truck. I should be using my cane.
Nice to meet you. It's wrong. That was from just helping her out to get into the next.
Now it's back to the apartment.
Just with your family, don't forget.
You're not getting back because you're telling them missing.
Is it all there?
I think so. You want to get out and check, go down the inventory, or are you happy sitting there making a perfect butt imprint on your easy wipe seat?
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you. It should all be there. The clothes, guns, headsets, hold-alls, masks, the drill, the files with all the photos and surveillance work. Hey, there's enough here to make us all look real suspicious. Nice little conspiracy to commit robbery charge waiting to happen.
What, they're gonna charge us with thought crime?
Not so much thought as everything's a deed crime. We'd be caught with our pants down and a hard-on out to here.
Frequently comes drunk and things like that. And see when you're trying to mention any names or that.
We don't want anybody's names mentioned on the, but this is live. This is on live on Facebook, so You know what I mean? Don't mention any family names or the decoys' names or anything like that. Yeah, yeah.
Understood.
You do know what was the kid you were speaking to? It was a decoy. It's been a decoy you've been speaking to.
No.
Yeah, we work online.
Okay.
The Chamber Kids
Now,
wait for you to come and speak to us and then we
we'll
speak
set up
back
a
to you.
board for you,
Don't
won't
we
you,
do this to
Paige?
protect kids?
I'd let you do it if you could reach. I mean,
So the only good thing it's going to use is actually an adult you can speak to, not kids.
And the fact that you're pretty much admitted to us.
You know what I mean, every one of them that you've been speaking to here that we have are adults, they're no kids. But then again, there is a chance when this goes out live that you have been speaking to real kids and they will come forward.
Not. But, yeah, I mean, those ones are thought working. But in the moment, I'm partly blind to their age. Kind of someone on the other end.
If you talk to them about school things and things like that, you can't forget anything you're talking about other two things. We'll regularly talk, not mean how school, your homework, people for teaching you. It's not just school.
It's like, as for outside school, inside school.
Can you hear me? I'll be here to talk
They
you through
feel
all
that
these
something.
jobs.
Whether
What
the
we
two
got here? The car. Okay. You're on the way to Del Perro, a Koreatown
So,
stick-up
the
cruise.
reasons I mean,
You almost there?
a few times, a
Remember,
good few times in fact, you
however
had
you like,
someone
as
that
long
you could
as
do
you're
it.
careful.
So,
If you're not careful, they'll clock you, and then you won't get any choice how this is going down. They're meant to be on the top level of this garage
you
on
have
the
to make
north
yourself a
side.
school in
So, I see two ways of doing it. You go up the north ramps and hit them hard and quick, or you go up the south ramps, get in position, and try to get the drop on them from cover. Now, you can do whatever you like, as long as you get it good. And oh yeah, we don't want anyone looking for you, so put on masks before saying hi.
obviously, it's community things going to continue to kids to the
You
school.
got the car? Now drop any cops or gangsters or whoever you've got coming after you, and bring it to my garment factory.
Thing as well,
And try not to damage the car too much. You can't rob a bank in a wrecked car.
any license on you.
The laptop as well, which you'll be probably going to use laptop to take that. Yeah, the police dogs see all these things.
So we actually don't want it to see what you want to know between the benefit. So basically, you demonstrate things like that. That's,
Yeah, no, whilst I might be,
How's it driving? I don't want to call this an idiot-proof heist car. There's no limit to somebody's stupidity, but you gotta be very fucking dumb to let the cops catch you in one of these. Plus, traffic longer than shouldn't be utilized performance. This is the one for us. Now, get it back in one piece, and I'll shut up about it.
before I got some information,
You remember what I said about car damage? Good. What are you doing? Paige is going to meet you under the bridge near the factory.
I just said
The
this.
score's coming together.
we get these nice big safety as well.
It's not a very good sight for kids.
Hey,
If
all
you
we're
just
done
think
with
we're
this.
going to
Let's
look
go come by your
something
place when you're ready to go.
I mean, again, there's more unloading in the games that I think one of them is called Giant Noodle, something where they have to kill a big giant kind of thing. For a long time, we didn't let them play on that particular game because of the shooting aspect.
What do you think, Bryce?
Yeah, of course you will. Kyle? Kyle? full mix, and then go through your head, and they're saying the 13, 14, 12. What goes through your head at that point? I think probably be sexual. Send these pictures, send the videos that I send. But I can't say back at the time because I really don't remember that particular time. Even the moment that we're talking right now, you're trying to ignore this scenario that we're in right now.
Have you ever been done to anyone like this before? For speaking to kids or anything? No, you sure?
No, never spoken to it before.
Have you had any images of kids being sent to you?
No.
None at all. Just the body, headshots, stuff like that.
Oh. Yeah, all you see is like the profile, isn't it? Most of the time it's like.
Ah! your first time.
What do you mean that one's obvious?
The picture, I mean, one of them there is, you can clearly see it's a child of school age. She seems to be in uniform. And straight away, no, I'm not touching that. So that's the thing.
But your dad, not when you've been speaking to a 12 or 13 or 14-year-old.
Yeah, I can't deny that, but initially for some reason it was, no, not touching it, and then later it comes back again, and it's like, I'm not saying it's their fault, even now I know it's an adult, it's when someone's talking to me, it's rude not to be polite back, as it were, and then
Polite, and that's not a masturbate, that's polite.
well, that's
Showing a masturbation,
that's a long way.
polite.
That's a long way down the chat, as it were. It's not the opening sentences, is it?
No, but not, you've got to go where you've actually went with the kids. You groomed her, you made her like you groomed the kids. What you thought was a kid, you groomed them. Until she trusted you.
You imagine kids opening up that video that you said. Could you imagine any kids?
I could start the connection.
Okay, here we go. I'm excited for you. I've got goosebumps on my arms and butterflies in my stomach and a light filled sweat on my upper lip. Driller, I'm sending you that hacking program. When you get to the car, you need to get on it and start breaking into their system.
Yeah. And in those moments, I can't rationalise it at all. Hindsight's a great thing. It's like, why did I ever do that? Got no idea. I can't answer that. I don't. In those moments, I can't answer that. I really don't remember those moments. And I mean, even now, this whole thing is blurring my mind, and I'm struggling to make coherent sentences. I'm not trying to excuse myself because I realise, yeah, I've done these sort of things before.
You got the wheels? Alright, go to the bank. Driller, start hacking their network. You need to establish a connection before you get to the bank. Then you'll be able to trigger the vault door remotely.
But if you believe in your speech, you're
The
the
hacking program's cleaning up after you, so you can take as many shots as you want, and they won't know they're being attacked. Once you walk through those doors, there's no turning back. Well, actually, there's no turning back right now, because I've put a lot of work into this, and I'll be really, really annoyed with you if you don't go through with it. You know, I'd probably refuse to speak to you for a week and then spread nasty rumors behind your back, and maybe set up a Life Invader page about what a creep you are. You know, it'd be scarier if I threatened to kill you.
it's sinking in there. It's actually sinking in that you've done. You've actually given them really sexual attention to the kids. Whether it be meeting or you've done online, it's still the same. But you would still post with that. You could be in the head, you would have posted a lot of half-truths behind.
the next pair of months I try to help into a career of crime, I'll make sure I threaten. So, since we're actually doing this, I'm gonna talk you through it one last time. We've given you pump-action shotguns to take in. They should look intimidating enough. You both go in, you go in hard. There are 4 security cameras in the foyer. Driver, take them out as soon as you walk in the door. Then you're on crowd control. Driller, when you're in the network, you'll be able to open the vault door on your phone. Go back to the safety deposit room and start drilling. You get the box, come out of there, get in the car, and hit the road. The part of the money I put up for this job went to getting you out clean. I hired the best guy in the business to get you away from the cops. He wasn't cheap. The expenses he submitted, but, you know, only the best. When you're out of the bank, all you gotta do is get to him and he'll get you out. Think you can manage that? Well, we're all about to find out.
So that would have been that. Was that before Christmas or just after Christmas?
I'm sure it's not for Christmas. I don't think
So really for the new year then, you've been properly protected. I say, 4 months.
but
Well, I think it's speaking to the one that was got the target to Brandon as well, so not you think that it's going to be 4 months to be there to do this store. It's all you know, it's the right thing to go to the other stuff that actually thinking is here. When you book at yourself, you know how to speak to people, so you don't know this is it. So, that's an exchange for doses.
Here we go. Put on a mask if you haven't already and get inside.
They're going back to this package.
yeah, that's right. So you just should stand by. I do feel sorry for my daughter in that respect that I have. Again,
I think